Hello guys, welcome back to the channel again. Today we will solve the 7th question of Leet Code June challenge. So the question is coin change 2. What we have to do in this question, we have given some type of coins. In this case we have one coin, one denomination coin, two denomination coin and five denomination coin. We have to make total amount equals to 5. So how many combinations are there by which we can make this 5? So in this example we have 4 combinations which have represent this is 5 2 1 1 2 1 1 1 1 1 1. So by saying this or by somewhat target value and these all things, it seems like DP. Further we will understand why it is DP and all the concepts. So we all know that the question is based on dynamic programming. So why it is based on dynamic programming? First we will discuss this thing. We have given the number of coins. Sorry, the type of coins. We have 1 rupee coin, because we have 3 rupee coin and 5 rupee coin, and we have to total give 10 rupees. So in how many ways we can give? 1 1 10 times 1, it is 10 times 1, or 2 times 4 times 1, so 7 times 1 and 1 times 3, 4 times 1 and 2 times 3, 1 times 1, 3 times 3, 5 times 1 time 1 1 time, sorry, 1 time 3 time 2 time 1 1 time 3 1 time 5, 1 time 1, then 1, then 1, then 1, then 1, and then 5. So total how many combinations are there? There are 6 combinations. So we have to find out these combinations. Now if we remove this 5, then how many combinations are there? This above combination will remain 1 2 3 4. Now if we remove all 3 and 5 both, then only one combination will remain. So if you observe, we observe some continuity, 1 plus 2, then 2 plus 1 3, then somewhat continuity is there in this code. So in this type of code we use DP. So DP is used in this question, and if you have somewhat practice of DP, then you know that it is a standard problem of DP, that we have given the types of coin and we have to find out the target in which how many types of coin we can get this target. So before understanding the DP solution, we must understand one simple concept of DP. To understand this, I may explain you the Fibonacci series, how we can create a Fibonacci series using DP. So Fibonacci series, we all know that it is 0 1 1 2 3 5 8 and so on. Now how Fibonacci series is created? So this and this sum is the next element, this and this sum is next element, sum of these both is next element, sum of these both is next element. So we have to this plus this equals to this, so we have to sum these two elements to this. So if we make this formula, suppose we have to find the values till 10th index. So how we will create? We will create a DP of 10 and we will initialize all the values with 0. Now we will initialize DP's first index with 1. Now till here what will be our DP? 0 1 and then 0 0 0 0 0, whatever it may be, number of zeros. Now after this 1, what we have to do? Now in all the DP we have to somewhat initial some values. In this I am initializing DP's 0th index and DP's 1 index. I am initializing 2 values in this Fibonacci series if we have to create using DP. Now for next element what we have to do? We have to add this both, so it will become 1. So now if we calculate the formula, what it will be? DP's I minus 1 plus DP's I minus 2. If we calculate the formula of current DPI index, So if we calculate dp's I index, how we can calculate in Fibonacci case? We can calculate using this thing. So if we want to create a Fibonacci series, we can create using dp this thing. So we can, now we know that for dp we required one thing, initial sum values and a dp solution, and we must require a formula for dp. So now let's understand the current question. Now we know that we have sequence of 1, 3 and 5 and the target value is 5. So first of all, what dp we will use in this? Suppose we first calculate the sequences. It will be 1 1 1 1 1 1 for 1 1 3, one of the sequence, and 5 is one sequence. So we have 3 sequence in this example. Now we will calculate that if there are 3 sequence in this sequence. Now we will calculate the values according to dp. We know that the solution will be 3 after solution. Now we will first apply the dp, how dp is solving this. So we know that first we have to initialize the dp array. Now how we will initialize? We will initialize with the target value plus 1. So it will be initialized with 5 plus 1, which is equals to 6. So we will initialize the 6. All the values will be initialized by 0. So we have initialized all the values by 0. Now we just have to initialize the first value with 1. So dp is 1 index, dp is 0 index equals to 1. So first value of dp will be this. So we'll get 0, we'll get 1 and then 5 zeros. So in the starting of the dp function we have this. Now the very important formula, which formula we are going to use. So formula we are going to use is this: dp's I index equals to dp's I index plus dp's I minus c index. Now what will be the c? So if we want to understand this formula, we must take our code in the consideration, that what code we are using, and then we will understand what is the use of this c, I and all these uses. Now we will just understand the code and then we will elaborate this thing. So now let's look at the code first. Simple code, the basics. Here I have initialized the vector, initialized the first value as 1, and here I have written the answer. So the main part is there, and this is the formula which I am using. Now let's understand the code properly. So first of all, let's consider one example. It will be 1 3 5 6, and target value we will create as 10. Now why we are creating 10? Because it will be a high value, so we will get the answer properly. So what will be the dp initially? Dp will be dp 11, which will be initialized with 0. So all the value of dp at this condition is 0, but after this first step the first value will become 1. So dp will be 1, 10 zeros. So this will be the dp after the first step. Now we require, for the formula we require 2 things, I and c. So what we are considering, c is the coins. So which coins are there? These all coins. So in the first example, in the first loop, we are taking c as 1. Now we will take each and everything. Now c we know equals to 1. So I at initial it will also be equals to 1. Now how many times this loop will run? This loop will run 9 times. Code the value of c minus the amount, how many times the loop will run. So the loop will run 9 times because the amount is 10 and I is 9, I is 1, so it will run 9 times. So if we initialize, if we start doing the question, the first step, dp's I index So in first case we are taking c equals to 1, so c equals to 1, and then I will be also equals to 1. Now if we put this thing in the formula, so dp is first index equals to dp is 1 index plus dp is 0 index. Simple. So after this the array will become 1 1 and then 0 0 0 0, and this is the after first loop. Now I will be equals to 2, here it will be 2, here it will be 2, here it will be 1. So here it will become 1. Similarly for all the values, the value will become 1. So we'll get 11 times 1. So we'll get 11 times 1 after first recursion when 1 is used. Now this is at first recursion. After second, now the pointer will come on now we will use 3 as c. Now c equals to 3 we know, and I is also equals to 3 at starting. So dp is 3 index equals to dp is 3 index plus dp is 0 index. Now what will be the dp till here? 1 1 1. Now the third index will be done as 2, then 2, then 2. Now here the value of dp is 6, here also 6, but here it is 3. So if we check 3 index, what is third index? Third index is here 2, so 2 plus 1 it will be 3. So now 3 times 3 will come. Now again if we do, here it is 9, here also it is 9, but here it is 6. So at 6 index if we check, it is 3 and it is 1. So 3 plus 1, 4 will come. So 4 for 9 also, and for 10 also we will get 4. So this will be the array after computation of first step. So if we now check that what happens with this array, till here what we got, if there are no values in the array, then we got this solution. If we have only one value, only one, then we will get this solution. If we have 2, 1 and 3, then we will get this solution. Now what I mean by that is, if we have to make 10 and we have only 1 in the array, now in how many ways we can make 10? Only one way. And how many ways we can make 9? One way. So the index represents the number of ways in which number can be represented. So 1 can be represented one time, 1, 2 can be represented by one time, 3 can be represented once, 4 can be represented once, 5, and all the values till here. If we take 1, this value, then all the values can only be represented by 1, because if we have to construct a 10, then how we can construct? Only 1 1 1 1 1, no other combination is there. So this is our first thing which we observe. Now if 1 and 3 is there, so we can make 1 also using this, 2 also, sorry, 0 also using this, 1 also using, so 0 we will not consider, 1 we will make using one thing, 2 we will make by 1 only. Now we can make 3 using 2, 1 1 1 and 1 2, sorry, 1 3. So we can make using these 2 only. Now if we want to make 4 also similarly we can make only using 2 things, 1 1 1 1 and 1 3. So we can make using 2 things. We can have 2 options to make this thing. So we know that till here what we got all the combinations which is possible using 1 and 3. Now we will find out the combination using 5. So again we will consider c equals to 5, c equals to 5, I is also equals to 5. Now dp's fifth index equals to dp's fifth index plus dp's zero index. Now we will consider the 1 array. It will be 1 1 2 2. Now it will be initialized with 2 plus 1 3, again 3 plus 1 4, 3 plus 1 again 4. Now 3 plus 2 it will be 5. Now 4 plus 2 it will be 6. Now 4 plus 7 was 4 plus 3 it will be 7. Now you all must know that how we have done this. What we have done is we have taken this value, the current value of fifth index, and this zeroth value. Then I have computed this and this, this and this, this and this, this and this value, and at last I have computed this and this. So we will add this and this and replace this value, add this and this and replace this value, add this and this and replace this value. So using this type of operation we will compute these values. So after this 5, if we so after the completion of 5 we will get this array. Now we will compute with 6. With the help of 6 how many indexes we can, or how many combinations we can make. So again we will initialize 6, c with 6, I equals to 6, dp's sixth index equals to dp's 6th index plus dp's 0 index. Now we will start returning, we will create the array again, 1 1 1 2 2 3. Now 3 plus 1, sorry 4 plus 1 5, 5 plus 1. So you must all get till now that what values we will get after doing this. So we will get, here we will get 5, here also 5, here we will get 6, here we will get 8, here we will get 9. So you must have a question in mind now also that how we are getting these values. So these values we are getting using this. Suppose if we want to find out 6th index, so we will add 6 with 0, then 7 with 1, 8 with 2, 9 with this, or then 10 with this. So we will get these 6 values or these remaining values using these starting values. So we must know that how we are getting these values. So at the end what we will get these values. So in the end what we got, 1 1 1 2 2 3 3 3 5 5 6 8 9. Now if we want to find out the solution for I equals to for the target value 10, we will simply return this. Now what 9 represent? 9 represent the number of combinations which can be formed using 1, 3 and 5. Now what this 8 is for? 8 is the answer for the target value 9. If we want to find out for the target value 7, what it will be? It will be 5. Similarly, for every target value we can find using this answer. So if we must got this thing and this loop also now, and this is for initializing the c and I. Now at the end we just return the solution. So now if we see the code, the code is very simple, which I have explained to you. Now if I submit the question, I got the correct answer, and if I see the details, it is very fast. It is faster than 87% of the solutions, and its memory usage is also less because I am using just one array dp to store all the values. So if in some question DP is applying, then the question will be most efficient because DP is just using one array. So in every case or in any case DP you can apply in the question, then DP solution becomes very less. That's why the dynamic programming questions becomes hard to implement or hard to catch the solution. So this is the solution for the Leet Code day 7. So thank you guys. For more such content, like, share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe.